Welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we are watching and reacting to LAFC versus Real Salt Lake in Leagues Cup 2023 round of 16. LAFC after pasting Juarez and Real Salt Lake after beating Leon. Shocking Leon. We move on to the final game that will finish the round of 16. Of course, T-Res Monterrey are playing right now, but that final whistle will come before this final whistle. How we doing, Sebastian? Starting 11s are as follows. For LAFC in goal, John McCarthy. The back four, Diego Palacios, Giorgio Chiellini, Aaron Long, Ryan Hollingshead. The midfield three of Mateus Bogus, Ilie Sanchez, Kellen Acosta. Front three of Denny Bouanga, Nathan Ordaz, and Stipe Biuk. For Real Salt Lake in goal, Zach McMath, Amika Anelli, Marcelo Silva, Justin Glad, Andrew Brody. The midfield four of Diego Gomez, Brian Ojeda, Pablo Ruiz, Jefferson Savarino, Chicho Arango, and Danny Musovski, the strikers. Thought he jumped early. America lost on penalties. What? He jumped early? What the hell happened? Well, that's just, well, he jumped early. Malagon jumped early. Well, they got me, didn't they? They got me, didn't they? Are you serious? I guess Thought Mob didn't push it on. Google still says... Huh. America did lose. And Daniel Lovett scored the win. That did happen. Okay, so turns out they lost. You ain't joshing me. What the hell? Well, I didn't even know. After they shook hands and stuff, they made him take it 5 minutes later. Well, that's my bad. It took them 5 minutes to figure it out, so it's not my fault. It's not my fault that I missed it. You got to be kidding me. You have to be kidding me. I don't know. Let's go Leagues Cup. I gotta refix this. Are you kidding me? What the? I hate this. So they're out. Nashville's through. Nashville versus Minnesota turns out. It's Nashville, Minnesota. And it's not even fixed here. Let's go leaguescup.com. Well, there you go. So, America lost. I want it right away, but that rule seems like they enforce it when they want. How we doing, RSL fans? 5 minutes. It took them 5 minutes to figure out if it was a miss or not, or Malagon was off his line. And then they lost. And then Daniel Lovitz won it for Nashville. This is some foolish. So I'm not getting my super chat. Well, what? So who won? Nashville won on penalties. And I missed it. Nobody's fixed it yet. What? What? Nobody's fixed this yet. I need the full story. Nashville lost. What was the score? Goal for, or starting for LAFC, John McCarthy, Diego Palacios, Giorgio Chiellini, Aaron Long, Ryan Hollingshead, Kellen Acosta, Ilie Sanchez, Mateus Bogus, Denny Bawanga, Nathan Ordaz, Stipe Biuk. Malagon was off his line, 8-7 on penalties. Yeah, VAR has the power to call the game back. They did it to Toronto, or they did it to Atlanta once. It was a draw, then they had a last-second penalty, like as the situation was coming out. So no, it's happened before. 5-4. Nashville won. They retook the pens. Zach McMath, Andrew Brody, Marcelo Silva, Justin Glad, Anelli, Savarino, Pablo Ruiz, Brian Ojeda, Gomez, Chicho Arango, Danny Musovsky. Google hasn't uploaded or updated. Yeah, FOTMob hasn't either. Even the Leagues Cup website hasn't. And Hercules said something about it, so if he said it, y'all must be right. Unless you're playing a freaking trick on me. 7. Let's turn that to an X. Two. So no Leagues Cup for America, no. 7-8 on penalties. We're about to kick off here. I got that wrong, I guess. Turns out. Nashville's through, so I was wrong about that. Turns out. X, out, X, out, X. So even if Miami went through, I still have to keep this around for 2 weeks. This tournament's something else. The ref called the game. VAR is a tool for the ref, not the say-all, be-all. I agree. Herc's always right. I agree. Herc is always right. The only team I can see beating Miami are LAFC, Monterrey, or Tigres. They stopped. So Nashville won, or America won. Malagon came off his line. 5 minutes later, they checked VAR to see if Malagon came off his line and jumped early. And then we got tricked like trick or treat. Yeah, they gave us candy corn. They gave us candy corn. That's what trick or treat is. They gave us candy corn. That's just a scum move. LAFC wearing their black. RSL wearing their yellows. So that's an X. I'm saying Nashville beats Minnesota, though. I'm sticking with that. America fans kept invading the pitch. That's why it took longer. Well, I don't blame them. They invaded the pitch like it was a college football game. What are you talking about? And they freaking lost. I mean, I bet they feel like they got stolen from them, which, I mean. Well, if the Nashville jersey comes back out one more time, maybe two. Well, Messi got an easier path in the final. Sweet. The same thing happened to get RSL to the playoffs. Great seeing another MLS team advance. True. 1-0 Real Esteli. They've been the better team so far. Good to hear. I'll do a CONCACAF Central American Cup game tomorrow, and I'll do 2 on Thursday. And then, of course, on Friday, I'm doing the 2 Leagues Cup quarterfinals, and Saturday I'm doing the other 2 quarterfinals. Depending on the timing, but I think I should be able to do both. I cannot believe this. So let me change that. It's rigged for Messi. Yeah, because Messi could beat any of these teams. He could beat LAFC. He could beat RSL. He could beat Tigres. He could beat Monterrey. He could beat Minnesota. He could beat Nashville. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably rigged for Messi. Messi's going to win this damn thing now. Just wait. Messi's going to win this whole damn thing now. He's going to win this whole damn thing now. Just wait. It's on, in America, it's on Fox Sports app and then Tubi. Down there, I think it's on ESPN. Their ESPN, I think. Yeah, I think it's their ESPN that it's on. Let me check that, but. I got Nashville beating Minnesota. So 1, 2, 2 and 4 on my quarterfinal predictions. Bouanga going in, 5th minute. No problem. Who wins Leagues Cup now? Messi. So that's where we are. So no super chat from Yeezus. I knew that's why he didn't do anything. There we go. So let me check again. I could just go to the CONCACAF website. Oh, there we go. Where to watch. Watch. Central America, ESPN. Yep, so in Honduras, it's ESPN. Y'all's ESPN. Oh, they finally got it right. Fox, Tubi. There we go. Fox Networks and Tubi in the U.S. There we go. But I think most of them are on Tubi now. But you know what? I'm not complaining about it. I'd rather watch it on Tubi. I know. No, there's another Zach who's an RSL fan who thinks RSL could win this whole thing, which, with the way RSL's playing, he might be right. With the way this tournament's going and the way RSL's playing, he might be right. RSL versus LAFC is what we're watching along with. I just had to get the bracket going, and we were shocked about the America result. But it's still 0-0 in LA. RSL playing on the road. If Chicho Arango and Danny Musovski play the way they've been playing, yeah, RSL could be the winners. Who would have thought? However, I'm kind of torn. Miami is so fun right now. Hey, my team's out. So you know what? Miami all the way. Screw it. People. Hey, by the way, that Miami jersey is a Pozuelo jersey. It's not a Messi jersey. I'll still buy the black jersey with Messi on it, though. Union Miami is going to be a tough one for me. I could care less. I'm going Miami. I'm going Miami. I love Messi. I love Messi. It's funny because like 3 years ago, I hated him because I was believing in the Kool-Aid of the Cristiano fan club. You shouldn't hate either of them. You should like them both. You should appreciate them both. Messi is playing better, but you should appreciate them both. And I learned that during the World Cup. Pass the post for LAFC. I learned during the World Cup that I should appreciate Messi just as much. I still am more of a Cristiano fan, but I like them both. It's kind of like how I learned to appreciate Peyton Manning way too late. You know? Like, when Peyton retired, I'm like, you know what? I miss him and Tom Brady playing each other. Because Peyton is a hilarious dude, you know? Peyton Manning is a hilarious dude. He is. And he was a damn good player. I shouldn't have hated Peyton Manning because I was a Tom Brady fan. I could have wanted Tom to win, but I should have respected Peyton Manning. It's the same situation, you know? With Messi and Cristiano. I should have never hated Messi. I should have liked them both. I should have respected the other and been a fan of the one. I already have a pink Pozuelo jersey, so I got to get a black Messi jersey. Because Querétaro is as good as dead. Only one Mexico team, really. Yeah, because America's out. And Toluca's out. It's only going to really be Tigres and Monterrey. I mean, y'all did go to penalties the past 2 games, but I'm sure you'll pace Querétaro again, right? Or I heard there's going to be a Miami Vice third kit for Miami. I may just wait for that, to be honest. I heard they'll have a third kit that's Miami Vice themed. Tie-dye Miami Vice themed, which I may wait for that because that looks awesome. That looks awesome. Probably should get an Argentina jersey too for the Copa America. Argentina Messi jersey. So we have Canada, USA, Mexico, Argentina. We should be able to have one for every group. I still need a Jamaica shirt too. So. Because we definitely going to have US, Canada, Mexico. They're all going to make it, I would believe. I would believe. I do need a Argentina kit with Messi on it. I do. For Copa America. That would help. And maybe for Gold Cup 25 too. And the World Cup in 26. So. People still wear Maradona jerseys. And I still think Messi is going to play 2026. Player down hurt. Ruiz is down. 2 players warming up. For me personally, I think Messi is still going to play 2026. I don't care what he says. He's going to feel good enough to play 26. He's fake retired a couple of times. I think he still plays 2026. I still think he can. The way he plays, he's more of a cerebral chess player where his skills will never really go away. Unlike Cristiano being physical. The reason why Cristiano's losing his legs is because he's all physical. He isn't really cerebral. Messi is more cerebral. He's more of a chess player. I agree with that. Messi is still honestly, he's still the best player in the world. Cristiano Ronaldo is just, he's lost his legs. He used to be top 3, but not anymore. So, do I think Argentina will win 2026? I wouldn't be surprised if they did. Palacios coming on for RSL. Yep, Ruiz is off for Palacios. Yeah, I would agree with that. 11th minute. 0-0 between both sides. Palacio coming on for Ruiz. No Diego Luna. They're not going that way yet. Must be holding a knock then. Or they just want him to have off. Which is kind of stupid considering. What's the score? Who's been the better team? It's 0-0, and I say it's been half and half. I think LAFC's had their moments. I think RSL's had their moments. I think both teams have had a couple of moments. Maybe that's a stretch. I don't know. That's a stretch. He's still better than the most mid players. He still had some clutch moments. Cross in. I mean, in Saudi, but still clutch moments. RSL surprisingly good. Yeah, I agree with that. Bouanga. Denny Bouanga. Denny Bouanga making the run. Loses the ball. RSL playing some good defense. RSL's been on a mission to just surprise people over the past couple of years. The Western Conference Finals run in 2021, making the playoffs and almost beating Austin FC, taking them to penalties, arguably should have won that game. And now RSL having a really good season and going to the round of 16 in Leagues Cup and arguably still could beat LAFC. RSL's had a really good couple of years. I'm not betting against them, to be honest. Or let me put it like this. I wouldn't be surprised if RSL pulled something off. He's still a damn good player, though. That is Don Garber's second most wanted final, but right now that's probably his wet dream. Is LAFC versus Miami now that America's out. Wait. Maybe he realizes, but that's the most winnable one for Messi, though. That's probably what he realizes. Is that is probably his second most wanted final. He probably wanted America, Miami, but he probably realizes that LAFC is more winnable than America. Like, Messi could still beat LAFC. I mean, LAFC went to a Continental Final and lost twice. They're beatable. And they haven't had a really good season since that final, except for pasting Juarez. Maybe they needed the break, but they aren't on full gear so far. Chicho Arango, formerly of LAFC, maybe could get his revenge here. RSL, that was a bad pass. But again, I'm not betting against. I wouldn't bet against RSL. I would never be surprised if they go deep into tournaments. They know how to play some tournament football, at least recently under Pablo. Pablo Mastroeni is a damn good coach. People believe in him. From the teams left, who has the best kit on both sides? Well, for Mexico, Tigres. Tigres has the best kit. For the MLS sides, Miami. Home and away, I should say. For both. Tigres and Miami, who have the best kit. LAFC, that smokescreen kit really takes it down. I like their black kits. They've grown on me. Those smokescreen olive drab green kits, though, no. That was just no. RSL, I love their home kit. Their away kit, it's sort of grown on me. Unlike the piss yellow Red Bull kit, this one's a little bit better. It's grown on me since it got unveiled, I will admit. But I still think RSL's home kit is much better than their away. Minnesota, I do love that away kit. The black home kit is sort of boring, I think. Philly, if they had their last away kit in this tournament, I think Philly might have the best. So, but that Simpsons kit is not as good as the Bayou kit. So, I still love Philly's home kit, but Charlotte, I mean, they're really just ripping off the Carolina Panthers and then wearing a purple kit. Save. Big save by McMath. Jesus should have scored at least one of the two clear chances, plus that ridiculous bullet header. Fair, but Miami's still in. So, I'm going to say the Beehive kit has grown on me. I didn't like it at first, but it has grown on me. Bouanga takes the shot. Behind the net. Behind the net for Denny Bouanga. Yeah, fair. True, but I think he will. Is this the last game of the day? Yep. The last game to start, last game to finish. Yep. Tigres should be finished before this. Scored a hat trick versus FC Juarez in the round of 32, Denny Bouanga. I don't love our kits this year. Philly's home kit is amazing. It's their away kit that I like the away kit, but it's not as good as their last one. Simpsons Cloud kit don't look good in person. Yeah, I could see that being the case. I could see that being the case. I could see it. That Bayou kit was just so much better as an away kit. Like, the Cloud kit isn't bad, but the old away kit was better. So, yeah, but Tigres hands down for Mexico. For the three teams left, it's Tigres. Easy. And if it's between Monterrey and Querétaro, it's Monterrey. I don't think there's a question about that. Where are we with the Tigres-Monterrey match? Let's see if they fixed it. First off, let's see if they fixed America Nashville. They did not. don't think anybody fixed anything. America's, well, they don't know. But it looks like America versus Minnesota, or Nashville, Minnesota is on the 11th. Philadelphia, Querétaro, and then the winner of these two play on the 12th. Well, yeah, Querétaro's on the 12th. Tigres Monterrey. Playing forward is LAFC. Yeah. Shot saved by McMath. What a big save. We're at halftime of Monterrey Tigres. Halftime. It's 0-0, 0-0. Maybe I'll pull it up for the second half. I'm not sure. But imagine no Mexican teams in Leagues Cup. What could happen? Which could happen? Well, for the semifinals, yeah, it could. Like, we have no Mexican teams in the South, no Mexican teams in the Central, one Mexican team in the West, one Mexican team in the East. That one's losing. So we'll only have one Mexican team in the semifinals, at best. I don't see Philly losing to Querétaro. They'll paste them again. LAFC could beat Tigres or Monterrey, and RSL could do the same. So it's not completely... It's possible we have no Mexican teams in the semifinals. It's all MLS teams. It could happen. Just log it in. Just so you know, America lost. They lost on penalties, so Leagues Cup is a total joke. It's a fun tournament. It is a wild situation, but a fun tournament. Fun tournament. Why did I say funnel? Wild. Like, it's wild. 21st minute. It is wild. Oh, that was the first save by McMath. Wonderful save. So I got a question. Do RSL fans on here miss David Ochoa, or do they think McMath is a better goalkeeper? Do you think losing Ochoa wasn't a bad thing? Leagues Cup is rigged. I say Infantino doesn't like Liga MX and never cared about any team except Messi. This is the stupidest tournament I've ever seen. Infantino had nothing to do with it. Nothing. Don't let Leagues Cup distract you from the fact that Liga MX are the current kings of CONCACAF. David Ochoa better than Zach McMath, says HJU. Mexicans down bad. Does suck, I gotta say. Okay. It's looking forward to more stronger competition, but they're choking. I agree with that. Mexico's third in CONCACAF. What do you mean? Now they're if they're not anything, if they're not first, they're second. I mean, come on now. 23rd minute. Let's not act like Canada's overtaken Mexico. Maybe as a country, but I agree. We should have brought Hamilton in. We needed 50 teams. 48 with the 2 buys, which if you went down from 48, you still would have had 24. And then the best then the best 4 third-place teams, which Toronto wouldn't have been one. 23rd minute, embarrassed LAFC. MLS has improved tremendously, I have to say that, but until the tournament's played in equal conditions, and it's not good measure. I agree with that. They should play some games in Mexico. They should. And the final should be decided by a Liga MX, not who wins the final, but who hosts the final. I think a Liga MX MLS All-Star game should be the All-Star game every year. That should be the final every year. Or not the final. The All-Star game should still be Liga MX versus MLS All-Stars. The winner of that All-Star game decides where the final is held. So if Liga MX wins the All-Star game, the final should be held in Mexico, even if it's MLS versus MLS. They've done it before. They've played some MLS or Liga MX games here. Just look at Tigres Monterrey. So they could do that the other way. If MLS wins, the final's hosted in America or Canada, depending on who makes it. And if it's Mexico versus Mexico, the final's still held in America. So, because of how the All-Star game result is. So, it should be a this one counts type situation. Because I don't want to ever see another MLS All-Star game versus a European team. We got pasted, okay? We either play a CONMEBOL team, like Boca or River, or we play Liga MX. And we have it as a this one counts situation. So, it's not like you're giving... I don't know why they didn't do it anyway. Yeah, Querétaro versus the Union, and they already pasted them. I think they will again. A very tight game so far, 0-0, 26th minute. But personally, I don't know why we got rid of the Liga MX MLS All-Star game. Even if you didn't have it as a this one counts situation, it would still be a very good way to kick off the Leagues Cup time period. You have the MLS All-Stars versus the Mexican All-Stars. Players, you basically say, these are the players to watch in our tournament that's coming up in 3 days. And you got to see them in a skills comp and then a game. Then you go on to the Leagues Cup, and these players are playing on their teams, and you're saying, like, oh, I remember this guy from the All-Star game. I remember Henry Martin. I remember Julian Quiñones. I remember Andre Pierre Gignac. I remember... And then for MLS, I remember Messi. I remember Buonga. Like, that's what it should be. Even if there's no this one counts type mentality. It would be genius if right before the Leagues Cup, like they did this year, you play your All-Star game as Mexico versus MLS. And if it is a this one counts mentality, even better. Even better. So that decides where the finals played. But it's good marketing for Leagues Cup. And the fact it didn't happen, maybe because of Leagues Cup, right after, yeah, I agree with that. Like, come on now. I mean, to me personally, I find it a bit dumb. Like, what is an all-star game going to show the Mexican players that they're not going to see on film, if that's the problem? Like, they're watching film of these games. They are watching film of these teams. And maybe you're saying, oh, it takes them a certain amount of days to prepare. No, they've probably been preparing for their first Leagues Cup games for a while, plus their league games in unison. It's not like they just started preparing for an international game after they finished their last league game. Besides, maybe because the Gold Cup was this year, so maybe it's hard for the players, getting back from the Gold Cup, or had to play the Gold Cup header. This cup's giving MLS a bad rep. I'm seeing South Americans, especially Argentinians and Europeans, making fun of it on X. No, America lost. They lost on penalties. Malagon came off his line, and they scored. Maher scored that time. It's an 8-7 Nashville. America missed, and Daniel Lovitz won it for Nashville. Hope they have the Canadian teams like Forge. Yeah, me too. If you want it to be Leagues Cup for North America, Forge should have a chance to get in to CONCACAF Champions Cup besides the Canadian Premier League and the Canadian Championship. Now, they should be able to win the Canadian Premier League or get top 2 or win the Shield, like the top of the league, to get into Champions Cup anyway. But it would be nice to see them play Leagues Cup anyway because it's only fair. They can't play Central American Cup anymore, which what was the CONCACAF League. So, well, I mean, did Leon make the final? Offside. Exactly. Did Leon make the final? Like, you could arguably say that whoever wins this game or this tournament, if you played them against Leon, could beat Leon. I'm not saying they are the kings of CONCACAF, but I don't even know if they're on equal footing, but somebody can play devil's advocate if they wanted to. 30th minute, and there's been close results. Yeah, there have been. Look at Forge in Montreal in 2021. Forge in Toronto in 2022. Lost on penalties to Toronto, Forge. Here's a chance. Shot. Past the post. How we doing, Angus? How we doing? Savarino put it past the post in the 30th minute. It's still 0-0. Let's see if the Leagues Cup website. Let's just see what they're saying about Club America. It was 6-5. Actually, it was 6-5 on penalties. Jonathan Dos Santos missed a penalty. Daniel Lovitz scored. Of course Jonathan Dos Santos missed. Why wouldn't he? Of course he missed. Now I got to fix this. Again. Well, at least that's easier. America fans must be pissed. I don't blame them. Crazy tourney. So far, 23 penalty shootouts in all rounds, and we might have some more. Well, the way the 2 matches are going here, we might have some more. America fans must be so pissed. I don't blame them. Like, if the game's over and you've shaken hands, why are you going to VAR 5 minutes? It takes you 5 minutes to figure out guys off his line. Once the final whistle goes and you're shaking hands and you're going back to the locker room, personally, that's that. I don't care if you got robbed or not. It's up to the ref. The fact that they went there is just, I don't know. Personally, for me, once you've blown that final whistle and you're starting to shake hands and you're starting to go back to the locker rooms and all that, to me, that's that. To me, that's that. That's the end. Cross in. Malagon came off his line, so they called it 5 minutes later. They had them retake it. They had Maher retake his, and then Jonathan Dos Santos missed his penalty. Then Daniel Lovitz scored his. So, yeah, but this tournament's like so quick. I don't understand why it's just straight to extra time in the knockouts. It makes no sense, especially with one game. It makes no sense. Bogus. Ball picked up by McMath. Well, they'll still win a league trophy. I mean, I don't know. Yep. They'll still win a league trophy. Yep. Redo and sudden death. Yep. After 5 minutes. It took them 5 minutes to figure it out. It's crazy. Bogus. It's 33rd minute. Gave me flashbacks to NYCFC versus Orlando in 2020. Now, that's a bit crazier, but Nashville America is probably right up there. I would have definitely been late had I not thought that America won. So I'll talk about it on the recap, which I'll be recording later tonight, and I'll upload tomorrow at some point. But no, I think that NYCFC Orlando shootout was crazier. 34th minute. Bogus falls on his face. Ordaz. Nathan Ordaz. Cross, and that's out for a corner. Half and half. Tonight's going to be a good night. America out. I'm sleeping good. Tigres Monterrey winner plays LAFC RSL. Right now it's 0-0 at the half in the Clásico Regio. Well, Rory brought it up, and then I just talked about it. But I was about to say it if he didn't bring it up, because I was going to say, hey, you know what? That sort of reminds me. That's probably like the second craziest penalty shootout besides the Schlegel shootout. 35th minute. Header over the bar. We're getting one more shootout out of these last two games, I guarantee you. I want Tigres versus LAFC. Me too, because that's what I predicted. 1, 2, well, rematch from 2020, right? '36th minute. We're getting Monterrey versus Salt Lake. They already played in the group stage. We don't need it again. We really could invite some of the Central American teams too, so every group has a pot 3 kind of team in it. Here's the problem with that. They have a Central American Cup. This is because these are all qualifiers to CONCACAF Champions Cup. There's a Caribbean Cup that starts later this month, Central American Cup that's going on concurrently, at least the group stage, with this tournament, and then, of course, Leagues Cup. And they all qualify. They all qualify teams to Champions Cup. The reason why Canada fits the Leagues Cup is they don't have a continental tournament, second tier. They should be in Leagues Cup. I think they should be, the CPL. Because they got to play CONCACAF League. Why can't they play Leagues Cup? Besides, 50 teams. Like, at some point, I think we need CPL teams in there. Forge would be amazing to watch. I would love to see Forge in the Leagues Cup. I would love it. And I think they do good, especially if Bobby Smirniotis is still there. Hell, I have a second favorite team in there. Forge was in there, so that's great. St. Louis as well. So what? I'd have appreciation for Messi, St. Louis, Forge, and Toronto. That ain't too bad. 37th minute. Some would have an easier opponent in theory, yes. I'm not saying invite them all. I'm just saying invite Pacific, Forge. If that's what you want to do, just invite Pacific, Forge, and maybe Cavalry. But if you want to invite them all, invite them all. I think there should be personally to me, because there's no way, the reason why the Leagues Cup would be fair for CPL teams is, in theory, a CPL team could go from the preliminary round to the round of 16 starting in Champions Cup if they play Leagues Cup and get to win the final. Like, in theory, they could raise their standing, especially if it was a team who already won the Shield, the regular season. Well, I guess the Shield is their trophy, the North Star Shield. Won the regular season or the CPL final. So, but they would already be in the preliminary round. But there are teams who are playing in this tournament who were already in at the preliminary round stage. Montreal, Vancouver was. America is. Tigres, Monterrey. Forge very likely will still be in the CONCACAF Champions Cup by winning the CPL final. I've done it before for LAFC games because it's black and gold. And besides, you know what? I don't feel so bad wearing it anymore because a certain Tom Brady ain't playing in the NFC South anymore. You're still live? Yeah. This game isn't over yet. It's only it's almost only halftime. Little cross in. And of course I'm still alive. I don't see no red dot on my forehead. Drew Brees or Eli Manning? Drew Brees. Of course. Now, I am pissed off when it comes to Drew Brees not retiring in 2020 after 2019, because guess what? If Drew Brees would have retired at the end of 2019-20 season, Brady would have played for the Saints, and I wouldn't have to root for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He would have been a Saint. I don't know if I should do that. Best Irish accent. I don't know if I could do that. Who ended his career, though? Top of the morning, top of the morning, do ya? Who wants a morning porter? Top of the morning. Top of the morning, lad. You want the morning porter? Okay, I tried. Bruh. Hey. Top of the morning. Top of the morning, do you, lad? You want the morning porter? Corner for RSL. Ireland. I can do that. Ireland. I did. Chucky Arlaw. Chucky Arlaw. I don't know if that was an Irish accent, but Chucky Arlaw. Playing forward, Buonga. I do have Irish blood, though, so... Oh, boy. That close from Morongo. Man, Chicho Rongo wants that damn goal now, don't he? U.S. is far superior to Mexico in terms of football. Right now, yeah. Too many Cokes. He's loopy. No, it's just CONCACAF after dark. That's all. It's just CONCACAF after dark. That's all. My dad said that he believes U.S. football is surpassing Mexican football on the national club team level because the problem is that the U.S. has a lot more resources than Mexico. A bigger population than Mexico, is more organized than Mexico, and the U.S. Federation is less corrupt than Mexico's. The U.S. invests a lot more money into football than Mexico, U.S. focus more on growing a player from when they're a kid, where Mexico doesn't. He also said U.S. has kids football leagues where Mexico doesn't. He believes we'll arrive at the point where the U.S. is far superior to Mexico in terms of football, soccer. Your dad is right. He's 100% right. Free Tack, I agree. Free him. Bring his channel back. Free Tack. Free Tack. Oh, then I'd just be... Oh, yeah, true. Who do you think he pissed off? Straight ban like this? Think Apple or Fox or MLS had friends at Google to get him banned? I think he's pissed off enough people in the federation that it got up the food chain. Like maybe somebody in the federation had a friend at Google to get him banned. Oh, and X, because I think didn't he get banned off of Elon's play thing? Yeah, I think he said that, didn't he? Didn't he get banned off of Elon's play thing too? But yeah, I think, like, to me, I wouldn't be shocked if somebody that Tack had pissed off in the U.S. Federation had a friend at Google and got him banned. Like, I mean, what else could it have been? Like, what has he done to get banned? Definitely a higher up, though. Like, what has he done? I don't think Tack... Yeah, I mean, he has stirred the pot before, but nothing that isn't against the rules. Like, what? Just termination with no reason given. Yeah, I mean, to me, it had to be a higher up in the U.S. Federation that he pissed off. Or somebody who had a connection with a higher up that had a connection with somebody at Google and they got him. Like, that's got to be the case. 1 minute of stoppage time here. I mean, it's got to be the case. Like, that's all that makes sense to me, is he pissed off a higher up and they finally got him. They either were waiting to strike because they were, or... But I feel sorry for Tack. Like, he has a good channel. He does good content. 0-0 at the half. 0-0 at the half. Settle was settled. We go to halftime. I'll finish this off and we'll take a break. But to me, Tack does good content. He's never done anything against the rules. Maybe piss somebody off. I feel sorry for him. I do. I feel sorry for him. It sucks to do all that work, and because somebody behind the scenes is pissed off at you because you're telling the truth, because that's probably what it is. Man, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe 11 Yanks did too. I think I may have heard some about that, but like, if this could happen to Tack, anybody who's not part of the big networks, this could happen to. That's also a really bad part of this. 11 Yanks is still around. Okay. But again, think of it like this. If this could happen to Tack, happen to anybody. If you're not part of the big networks, this could happen to anybody. So, I don't know. Freedom of speech. And when you piss somebody off, people go militant when you piss somebody off nowadays. whether that's behind the scenes or in front of the scenes. So I wonder what Tack is going to do, if he's going to try to get his channel back, or if he's going to start over, or if he's just going to, I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I hope he gets his channel back. This is some bullshit. I hope he gets it back. I do. And I hope he gets it back. He's done so much work that he has another one. So even if you disagree with Tack's takes, to have his channel removed is BS. I agree with that. How about you debate his takes? Exactly. But that's what happens when it comes to the U.S. Federation or just CONCACAF in general. If you're on the radar and you're speaking facts and you piss somebody off and they have enough connections, they're going to get your ass. I was thinking maybe Apple, because he can be pretty negative about MLS. That could also be the case. But for the league to grow, you have to speak the truth. This league is not perfect. It's not perfect. It was Greg. It was Greg. Yeah, probably. Maybe it was Greg's brother. Because I think Tack was pretty heavy on wanting BJ to stay, yeah? As the main man. Which I think anybody with half a brain would think the same thing. So it's not just Tack, but maybe Greg was waiting. If anybody knows, which is kind of surprising if it was, because, if anybody knows how bad a railroading can be, it's Greg Berhalter. And funnily enough, everybody defended Greg when he was about to get railroaded. They didn't want him back as a manager, but they defended him. So there you go. Good evening, and smash that like button. Hulk smash. Exactly. So that's where we are. We'll take a short break, talk about the stats, and we'll move on to the stats. And that's what that is. 0-0 at the half. We'll be back. Sit tight. Sit tight. We're back for the stats at the half. I agree with that. Yeah, they did. Because everybody's got a price. Everybody's got a price. Personally, I guess being a renegade don't turn out well either, but I don't know. Stats are as follows: 60% possession of 40% possession, 7 shots to 5, 206 accurate passes, 85% to 127, 80%. 5 fouls to 5, 3 offside to 0, 6 corners to 2, 7 shots to 5, 3 shots on goal to 0, 243 passes to 159, 85% pass accuracy to 80, 8 throws to 8, 1 yellow card to 0, 0 red cards to 0, 0-0 at the half. I think LAFC has been slightly the better team. I have to give them a subscribe over there. Vacationary News, I have to give them a subscribe over there. I think LAFC has slightly been the better team. I think Salt Lake have been very tough defensively, but I think when it comes down to it, LAFC have had a better game. I think they've shown that they're the better team, the tougher team, the better side. And I think they should. It's not going to happen. He'll go to Real Madrid. He will go to Real Madrid. I don't see why he wouldn't. So, with that being said, let me check this. But yeah, I think LAFC have been the better team. Just enough. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, get this one going. There we go. All right. All right. I'll put up the Tigres Monterrey game. I probably should. Should be, what, 20 minutes away from finishing? 61st minute, still 0-0 over there. If there's a shootout, we'll cover it. Paul DeJong, I told you he was garbage. Paul DeJong, I told you he was garbage. So, I'm not surprised. Miami-Charlotte is one of the quarterfinals. The South quarterfinals, Miami-Charlotte. The winner of that represents the South in the Final Four. The semifinals, Querétaro plays Philly to represent the East in the semifinals. Then Minnesota and Nashville play to represent the Central. Exactly. And then, of course, the winners of these two games will face to represent the West. But yeah. Philly won on penalties. Philadelphia Querétaro quarterfinal. And then America lost on penalties. Yep, they have it right there. Minnesota versus Nashville in the Central quarterfinal. Real Esteli 1-0 over Olympia. Whoa, baby. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's not good. Olympia drew Kai. They drew Kai, and they're losing to Real Esteli. Oof, Maron. Oof, Maron. That's not good. That is not good. They drew Kai, and they're losing to Real Esteli. 7 points. Maybe that's enough to get out of the group. Olympia might be in trouble. They might be in trouble. MLS it'd be even crazier. If Messi and Mbappe were in the league at the same time, it would be crazier. Like, it would be some crazy stuff. We have Tigres Monterrey, 64th minute, 0-0. Both these teams will play each other. Both the winners of these games will play each other. Right now, I'm only 2-4 on my predictions. The best I could do was 500. There we go. This has to be the worst feeling loss ever. I agree with that. What happens when Messi takes off in 2 years? They probably lose those fans. Yeah, but it has to be 14 out of 32 on the full predictions. Harold Medina for Real Esteli. I mean, LA or Olympia, I don't know why they're so bad. This is a shock. Drawing Kai and then losing to Real Esteli, especially if it's in Honduras, I need to check. Hold on. That's something. That does not sound good. That does not sound good at all. Let's see. CONCACAF. Let's see. It was a 1-0, 75th minute in Real Esteli. Okay, they may just be losing on the road. It's hard to play on the road in CONCACAF. It's not good to only have 1 point after 2 matches with 2 to go, but let's see. Foss and Shelahu, I think, play. Hold on. Yes. So today, it was Alajuelense who won. Coban and Universitario drew. Shelahu and Foz play. If Olympia were to beat them two, no matter if Shelahu and Foz won. So, right now they would still be, no, they have a minus. They would be third. But if they beat Foz and Shelahu, they'd have 7 points. Real Esteli and Kai fighting for maybe first or second. I think Olympia still should be fine in the end. They still should get through the group. They still should. As long as they do their part. Alajuelense won their game. They have 6 points. San Miguelito playing Motagua. Tomorrow night, Verdez lost both their matches. Motagua playing San Miguelito. At this point, that's a good separation. Comunicaciones play Diriahen on Thursday, which will be live for that. And we'll be live for Saprissa Jokero. If Saprissa wins, they will be top of Group A halfway through with 2 matches of the 4 played. So, Olympia might be in trouble. So, second half's about to start. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, get this one going. And we're off. Back in the second half. Oh, yeah. Got to put it back on. Up over the top. It's still 0-0 in the 68th minute of Tigres Monterrey. Yeah, there's no way this ends after this. There we go. 45th minute, 0-0. This should end earlier. Tigres Monterrey heading for a shootout if nothing changes. Same here with LAFC RSL. Playing forward here. 69th minute and 46th minute. Yeah, Nashville beating Minnesota is my guess. Tigres Dorados probably already 70 minutes in. Time went by fast. Yeah. SV Robin Hood, Club Sando Maruga, Golden Line, Metropolitan FA are to the semifinals of the CONCACAF Caribbean Club Shield. And the winners of those semifinals will go on to the CONCACAF Caribbean Cup, depending on, and then the final decides seeding and who wins the Shield, of course. So, Robin Hood and Metropolitan are probably my guesses. I think Robin Hood and Metropolitan will get through to the final. That's my guess. Tigres just over the bar by Cordova. Yes. Tigres are knocking on the door. Hey, they filled up the Houston Stadium, though. I can tell you that much. 48th minute. So Nashville will host Minnesota. Miami hosts Charlotte. Philadelphia hosts Querétaro, even if I think Querétaro's the away game anyway. Away team anyway. I agree with that. 2050. That's a while. And then if LAFC wins, they'll host. Well, whoever wins this will host Tigres or Monterrey, even if they're not the home team. LAFC should be the home team if LAFC, even technically and really should be the home team if they win. RSL, that could be a bit different. We might have 2 Tigres LAFC matches in the next couple of months. Remember, they play each other in Campeones Cup as well. Remember that. We got 2 Campeones Cup rematches in this tournament. We had Atlas New York, and now we could have a match that ends up being a rematch in Campeones Cup if our LAFC holds on and Tigres wins. Or I should say they both win. That'll be interesting. If both these teams win, I'll be 500 on my quarterfinal, round of 16 predictions. Water break in the 71st minute. Well, that's different. Yeah, they're just using the Apple TV, whatever it's called. What's it called? Stream, except with the Fox logos. Didn't look like that when they were doing whatever it's called. You should. Been a pretty rough game between Tigres and Monterrey. 50th minute. But I kind of told you what would happen with Toluca if they went to penalties, didn't I? I said Thiago Volpe is... Oh, wait, they're actually using Ismail Elfaf as a referee here. For the first time in a while in MLS, CONCACAF, but an MLS, what's it called? Situation. They barely let... Aaron Long is going to get cooked by Messi in the final. Oh, he will. Yes, I agree. Speaking of, for the final, I'm going to be wearing the suit for the final. I'm going to be wearing the suit for the final. Because of course. I'm going to be wearing the suit for the final. So, Miami makes it, I'll be wearing the suit. They don't, I'll be wearing the suit. So, hopefully that'll be enjoyable. 50th minute. And that's a foul free kick for RSL. Elie Sanchez, free kick is given away. 74th minute. 50th minute between LAFC and RSL. Aaron Long's going to give Messi 2 goals. Golden Line versus Club Sando Maruga, and Robin Hood versus Metropolitan, both on Friday. So they're going to have a team that is a underdog make the final, and then a big team make the final. Okay, so for me, I'm going Golden Line. LAFC goal. Bogus. Mateus Bogus plays it long. Who else but Denny Bouanga! Goal! 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 played. He makes the run, nutmegs the defender, and then pops it into the net past McMath. What a shot. Now that's the Denny Bawonga I know. 52nd minute. 1-0 LAFC. What a goal, Denny Bawonga. Of course, who else? What a shot. That is what an amazing play. Stipe Biuk makes sure Bogus gets the ball. Bogus plays it long to an onside Bawonga who nutmegs Brody and then pops it past McMath. Wow. Wow. Game, set, match, baby. Boom. There's Denny Bawonga. He had a hat trick against Juarez too, didn't he? That's his 4th goal of the tournament. He had a hat trick against Juarez too, didn't he? I know Ordaz scored, Vela scored, Bawonga scored a hat trick. Yeah, I think it's his 4th goal of the tournament, and he's only played 2 games. Going to bed, y'all. Good night, man. Talk to you later. Good luck on Friday or Saturday. Good luck on Saturday to the Union. Catch the highlights tomorrow. 53rd minute. It's 1-0 LAFC. Header. I think Monterrey Tigres is going to go to penalties. Football and Medico straight after these games. Maybe I'll check it. 53rd minute. I bet you Chicho's saying, watch when I score. We'll find out. I got some stuff to do after these games. I got the RSR, and then I got the recap prediction video to record because I'm just going to get that out of the way so I can put it out earlier tomorrow, depending on how early I wake up. I'll still have a couple hours ahead of the live stream and RSR for the one Central American Cup game, but depending on when I feel like doing it. Winner advances to quarterfinals versus LAFC RSL winner. And it looks like it'll be LAFC versus the winner of Tigres Monterrey. Got 3 since Juarez. Now he's got 4. Yep. I figured he had a hat trick. I saw it. I was just making sure. Here's a chance. Oh! LAFC got their one chance, and I think that's all they're going to need. Again, anything can happen, but I think it was a one chance type situation, and they got it. 77th minute between Tigres and Monterrey. Looks like they're going to go to penalties unless some crazy stuff happens. '78th minute. Playing forward. Nice. Bogus doesn't get there. LAFC scores 2. Well, yeah, I think that one's it. 55th minute. Oh! 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 Goal! Bawonga dispossesses the defender and just pops it into the net. Denny Bawonga with his 5th of the tournament. Jeez. Oh, my Lord. Denny Bawonga dispossesses the defender. That's all he needed to do. 56th minute. Defender was freaking blinded by a Jigglypuff, and then Denny Bawonga used that time to strike. I agree. Denny Bawonga does it again. Denny Bawonga does it again, man. You love to see it. Freaking Justin Glad got hypnotized by a Jigglypuff, plays it right into Bawonga's path, And then Bouanga just smashes it home. 2-0 LAFC. Jigglypuff, Jigglypuff. He's tied with Vasquez and Herman Berterame, and 2 of them are out of the tournament because Herman Berterame's hurt and Vasquez is out. Justin Glad got caught sleeping. Yeah, that's why I made the Jigglypuff joke. Because if you hear Jigglypuff singing, it makes you go to sleep. You ain't played Pokemon before? Jigglypuff. Dan Musovski ain't scored either. Missed the Nashville match against America. How'd you like it? That was crazy. America, the ending was just like Malagon comes off the line. America scores, or Nashville scores their penalty retake. Jonathan Dos Santos misses. And Nashville wins by Lovitz. I mean, Nashville played hard. They played tough. They deserve to at least upset America. America sort of disrespected Nashville, to be honest. I think they sort of underrated them. I think they sort of played down to them, which in the end, I think Nashville deserved to win. Let me put it like this. America played down to Nashville, and they honestly, Nashville deserves to win. I think them going through isn't wrong. Now, do I think the ref should have taken 5 minutes to see that Malagon was off his line and then bring him back after they shake their hands and everything? No. But the ref did, and America lost after thinking they won. 5 out of 6 games in this round have been decided by penalty kicks. Looks like it'll be 6 out of 8 as of now for Tigres Monterrey. LAFC looks like they're going to win outright. The only other team to win outright was Charlotte FC, and they got some luck for that to happen. Charlotte got lucky. Messi won on penalties. Querétaro won on penalties. Philly won on penalties. America got jobbed. Nashville won on penalties. Minnesota won on penalties. LAFC are going to win outright, and they actually have been more dominant. And if Bouanga scores 2 more, he'll be tied with Messi and Longwan, who are all still in the competition. I agree with that. Tigres look like they'll go to penalties as well. And Gulo is down. Looks like Tigres will go to penalties as well. So. I'm not surprised Jonathan Dos Santos missed his penalty, though. I'm not surprised one bit. Like, when I heard he missed it, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. He's the one that missed? Yeah, it makes sense. He is horrible now. Free kick for Tigres. Anybody who scores pretty much has the game in hand, I think. So, Nashville's going to play Minnesota, which I think Nashville wins that because, 1, they host them. Second of all, Nashville's better than Minnesota. Then again, Longwan's going to make me look like an idiot, isn't he? I think LAFC beats either Tigres or Monterrey at this point. I mean, Gazdag is injured. They'll still beat Querétaro. LAFC score a 3rd. Yeah, this one's over. Yeah, honestly, with the way both Tigres and Monterrey are playing and the way LAFC is playing, I think LAFC beats Tigres or Monterrey. Honestly. I'm going to, well, I didn't have Tigres going to the semifinals anyway. Shot! Goal! Goal! Nathan Ordaz! Nathan Ordaz turns home the cross. His second goal in LAFC black and gold. Nathan Ordaz scores 3-0. Nathan Ordaz. '62nd minute. The winner of this game will face LAFC, and they'll probably lose. I don't see why Tigres or Monterrey would beat LAFC. I don't. The way LAFC is playing, they look like their dominant selves again. After pasting Juarez and honestly dominating RSL in the second half, they're going to have to host Tigres and Monterrey. Honestly, even if they're technically the away team, I like LAFC's chances. Querétaro, Tigres, Monterrey need to quit this tournament ASAP. Well, one of them is going to quit. 4 goals incoming. Boom. Nathan Ordaz. Ball crossed in by Palacios. Nathan Ordaz turns it home. Beautiful shot. 85th minute. I said LAFC were going to win, and they did. Boom. Ordaz. America's out. There goes the big ratings. Messi's still in the tournament, don't you know? They'll still get big ratings, at least for Miami games. But if you noticed, Miami games are the best games in this tournament for me. Ratings for America, I guess. Every kick taker needs to talent enough to see the goalie's direction. It's been working. And they're going to check this. Nope, it is a goal. It is a goal. We kick off again. 63rd minute, 3-0 LAFC. The referee will make sure LAFC beats Tigres Monterrey. No, LAFC are just back to their dominant selves again. It's a goal. Tigres and Monterrey. Monterrey has no striker, and Tigres don't score many goals. Unless Tigres are wily defensively, which I don't know. Real Esteli come away with 3 points, 1-0 full-time over Olympia. Well, they were playing at home. So they play their 2 home games, and they win both. Good for Esteli. People are saying Miami's games are fixed. I could see the argument. I'm not completely sure if they are, but they're back to their best, LAFC. Maybe they needed the break that they got. They needed that break. Because they pasted Juarez, and honestly, the second half, RSL is looking like they're getting pasted. They're lucky they didn't allow one in the first half. Jesus Murillo and Sergei Palencia are coming on for LAFC. And it looks like we're going to penalties between Tigres and Monterrey. Chiellini for Murillo. Can't wait for Alara Mendy to start playing. Hope he's as good as people claim. I think he will be. Ibanez coming on for Tigres. Murillo on for Chiellini. Biuk off for Palencia. Luis Quinones off for Ibanez for Tigres. Right before the penalty shootout. Wait. I just realized Nahuel can't do no crazy stuff in the shootout because if he gets another yellow card, he's out for the quarters. This tournament has been nothing short of incredible. It's lived up to the hype. I agree with that. Maybe LAFC would have got revenge on Leon. Well, it doesn't matter. They're winning. Avila comes on for Funes Mori. They put on a Cantera kid for Funes Mori before penalties. Monterrey. That's crazy. It's hard to fake a free kick goal. Miami might win the cup. Yeah, but that own goal, though. Like, seriously, that own goal, that Marco Farfan own goal looked more like a striker taking that goal instead of an own goal. That's the one that's questionable. Messi's second free kick, though, no. But the cross, Nahuel needs to do the mime again. That's not what got him the yellow. It was the streamers. Nahuel went full Ring of Honor and pulled a streamer out of his mouth. True. Nahuel went full Ring of Honor and pulled a streamer out of his mouth. Damn it, I didn't say that on my recap for the last round. Crap. I know, Toronto's already in trouble, so I don't know what you're talking about. Cleared away, 89th minute, down in Houston for Tigres. Oh! Punched away, they'll go out for a throw. Shot! Past the post, 67th minute. LAFC is just waiting to find out. They'll find out by the end. But Tigres Monterrey, they know they're probably facing LAFC, or they'll find out pretty quickly because I don't see RSL coming back. Messi, I'm like, nobody knew jack about Inter Miami before. Well, anybody who watched MLS did, but they just thought of him as David Beckham's vanity project. Now, they're the best team in the league. And all they had to do was sign Lionel Messi and two of his friends. Diego Luna's on in the 67th minute. Diego Luna's put on, and Anderson Julio's put on when Salt Lake is pretty much screwed. What? That's just stupid. 7 minutes before a penalty shootout between Tigres and Monterrey. Oh. No penalty. No penalty. Martinez, but he was there even before Messi. But he's gotten better since Messi. He's finally back to his old self. I agree. Miami's games are fixed. It's obvious. I mean, I think there are some horrible calls from the referees. I mean, you're not wrong, but who knows? Maybe we sell a couple of them on MLS. Who knows? Over the next 2 or 3 years, maybe we sell a couple of them on MLS. We're not keeping them all, but maybe we sell a couple. And by a couple, I mean maybe 10%. That's like a really good return on investment. Because Messi's brought over hundreds of thousands, if not maybe 1 million or 2 fans. We keep 10%, that's about 100,000. That's a good return on investment. I don't know if it'll happen, but it's a good return on investment. Oh, corner. Oh, they're going to VAR. Oh, no. This may end on penalties before actual penalties. El Faf is going to VAR. Well, Miami's had teams before, so El Faf's going to VAR for that penalty, that possible penalty in the box with 5 minutes to go. I don't see it. Oh, come on. They got tangled. That's not a penalty. That's not a penalty. Come on, El Faf. Don't do this, man. Don't be like your old self. Be like your Qatar self. Don't give the penalty. That they got tied up. They got tangled up. That's not a penalty. He ran into him. That's not a penalty. I don't think so. Now, 69th minute, 3-0. I don't think it's a penalty. No penalty. El Faf waves his arms. No penalty. I think. This is starting to load again. Let me reload it. "93rd minute. I don't think it's a pen. I don't think it's a pen. Yellow card. Yellow card for Pizarro. 70th minute, 3-0. Looks like a sub. I don't think it's a pen. Pizarro got up there. I don't think that's a pen. He pushed him over and then he got caught up. That's not a pen. Yeah, fair enough. I am. And I root for the worst team in the league. But I watch all these matches, so it's probably beneficial to do that. El Faf is taking long to look at a penalty. Didn't call it Portland versus LAFC last year. I watch all these matches, so might as well. I don't think that's a pen. I think he fell over. He ran into him. That's not a penalty. I don't think it is. Friday, 6:30 Eastern is Miami versus Charlotte, the quarterfinal. That's not a pen. Are you going to watch NFL preseason? Maybe when the Packers play the Patriots. Penalty? I think. Nawel's got new gloves. Penalty for Monterrey. I called every bar in town to watch. No go. What is Nawell doing? What is he doing? Well, he just got a yellow card anyway. Well, he's out for the quarters. Penalty for Monterey. I call BS. Hopefully ball don't lie. Come on, Nawell. Dude's changing his gloves right before the penalty. Not about to see a Nawell Foonery. Nawell, man, that dude is just, that man just does what he has to do, don't he? He doesn't care he's out for the quarterfinal. Oh, come on, Nawell. Oh, what a shithouse, isn't he? Nawell, you are a shithouse. But he's awesome. Wasting time getting the kicker nervous. Come on, Nawell. I need my prediction to be right. I need to go 500 at least. Save this damn penalty, man. Come on. Ball don't lie. 73rd minute. 3-0 LAFC. Duenas. And another player coming on. Come on, Nawell. 95th minute. And they're going to still have to play another 7 minutes. Let's see. Canales versus Nawell. What a shithouse. Monterey fans hate Tigres. I know, it's a Clásico Regio. I'm not stupid. I know they hate each other. Nawell is still a shithouse all the time, though. I know this is Clásico Regio. I know they hate each other. What is Nawell? Pulling to the right, throwing it away. Come on now. Come on, save this damn thing, Nawell. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Canales fixing his run up. Goal! Goal for Monterey. It is 1-0. Canales, 1-0. And that's too much. And Tigres is out, most likely. 1-0 Monterey. Monterey versus LAFC. Rayados versus LAFC. Well, okay. That's honestly probably better for LAFC. I don't see Monterey. LAFC might have a chance. LAFC will definitely probably be the favorite over Monterey. But that's that. Monterey 3-1 LAFC. Yeah, no. If anything. Monterey's avenging my Chivas. What does Tigres have to do with Chivas? Oh, you're talking about the final. Oh. My bad. Not Leagues Cup. This could have been the Timbers. Yeah. Well, I did say Tigres was going to lose in the round of 16. I did say that. I just didn't know it'd be Monterey. So, before the tournament. 75th minute. Krotstev is on. Your predictions are always wrong. Yeah, my Leagues Cup predictions have not been good. At all. Krotstev is on. I'll admit that one. And I always pick Toronto even if they suck. Not anymore. The rest of the year I'm not picking them, except for Montreal. I want them to beat the Scum, but other than that, I know they're going to lose. So, LAFC 4-0. 3-0. Red card? Who got a red? '76th minute. Still 3-0. I just realized, where's my Tigres jersey? Aquino's got the red. I need a Tigres jersey. I do need a Tigres jersey, I will say. I do like their home kit. Personally, I want to find either a 2018 Tigres kit on eBay from when Toronto beat Tigres in the Champions League, because, you know, right. The 2020 Club World Cup kit. Or the 20, you know what I mean. 2021 Club World Cup, 2020 Club World Cup. I like that kit too. And then I guess the current home kit. LAFC or Monterrey are going to be champions, whoever advances. But who's going to be in the final against them? Oh, yeah, Lionel Messi. Don't question it. 77th minute. Now, if they play Philly, no, they're going to win. I'll put them over Philly any day of the week. 77th minute. Three and 5 on my predictions so far. Or this holds. Thanks to America selling. Corner for Tigres. They need to score. Monterrey's been the better team. I have two Inter Miami before Messi for sale. Well, hey. If it's blank, you're going to get at least a little bit of it so people can press Messi on there. If not, well, I don't think it does anything. So, but if they're blank, that's actually smart. Don't count out Nashville. Doesn't hurt the hope. I have Nashville beating Minnesota. They're going to the semifinals. I don't think they beat Monterrey or LAFC. LAFC versus Monterrey prediction. LAFC 3-1. Smart. You could sell them and people could press Messi on there. People could print Messi on there for cheaper. Well, I don't know if it's not $200. Just like it's not $200. So yeah, cheaper. Like in order, if you have to pay like $20 to get it pressed and maybe $100, that's still $120. That's still better than having to buy an authentic. And if people are going to buy a Messi jersey, might as well be authentic. So smart. Get about $200 off that. And then the stores that press it get about $20. Smart. That's genius. That is genius. I'm glad Messi is bringing more eyeballs to the league. However, it goes to show how fake these people are. They don't care to support their local clubs. Fair, but maybe they're also Europeans from Barcelona who want to watch Messi, or Argentinians that want to watch him because, Messi is the best player they've had since Maradona. He's just the best player they've ever had. So in that case, I'm good with it. Now, there are people in America that are rooting for Messi instead of rooting for their local club. Yes, and that's dumb. I mean, you could be happy that Messi's here. You could root for him if they're not playing your club. I'm not rooting for him when he plays Toronto or St. Louis. But wherever, I think it's the home team of the better seeded team. I don't think they're going to Vegas or anything. They would have said that by now if they were going to a neutral site final. No, I think they can. I agree with that. He lets his football do the talking. That's the point. And Monterrey Tigres is still going. Yeah. 104th minute. And it's full time. Monterrey wins 1-0. 1-0 over Tigres. Blue camo with neon pink logo. That is amazing. Monterrey beats Tigres. Sergio Canales, man of the match. Monterrey will play LAFC in the quarterfinals. Three out of 3-7 or 3-6 on my 3-5 on my predictions. Monterey's through. Minnesota, Nashville will play the winner of LAFC, Monterey. Querétaro and Philly will play the winner of Miami and Charlotte in both semifinals. A2-44, 3-0 LAFC. True. Monterey don't score many goals, and they don't have Bertarame. They got lucky to have that penalty. If it's a full 120 minutes, they may not. But if it's 90 and straight to penalties, I think Miami gets it done. Did you not see how perfect their penalties were? I'm just saying. If you don't have Bertarame and he broke his foot, I don't know about you, but I think you're screwed. I'm going to put LAFC through. There's no way in like 15, 10, 12 minutes. It's all about the scoreline. LAFC plays Monterey. So, and it's 4-0. Krastev scores. 4-0 LAFC. Krastev scores. Fair enough. If they don't make it, that don't count either. Filip Krastev scores. Filip Krastev in the 84th minute. Ball played forward, and it's picked up and played forward. Palencia to Bogus to Krastev, and he just takes the shot, puts it near post. Yep. The 85th, we'll give it 84. Yep, 84th minute. 4-0. Because I got to do it for the RSR. Monterey are screwed. There we go. I gotta use it for the review. Are you crazy? LAFC versus Monterey, yes. You think I'll do these? I gotta use it for the review. There's a reason how I read this, that whatever. I also do reviews. I don't just stream. Can't wait to see LAFC live in Florida. First time going to LA. Well, yeah, the final will probably be in LA. If it's Miami versus LA, yeah, it'll be in LA because LA finished higher. '87th minute, 4-0. There's no way. There we go. Should the final be at the Rose Bowl? I mean, that'd be smart, but if it's with Messi, yes. If it's LAFC versus Messi, it should be at the Rose Bowl. Yeah. No, I review the game too. It ain't just streams. I review the game too. So, no. I'll not go to sleep. So, Rose Bowl final, that would be dope. That would sell out for sure. I agree with that. If LAFC make it. Epic return on investment. That would be dope indeed. Yep. Besides, did they play that Rose Bowl game? Was it actually in the Rose Bowl on the 4th of July or not? '89th minute, playing forward. No, I'm watching the game. I'm just waiting for it to end. I mean, what else? LAFC dominated the second half. 90th minute. Let's see if they blow the whistle right on time. LAFC looking for 5. I don't know if they'll get it. But that's the only thing that matters. So LAFC, CF Monterrey, Minnesota, Nashville, Philadelphia Union, Querétaro, Inter Miami, Charlotte as the quarterfinals. Too late, full time. They're going to blow the whistle now. It's full time, as it should be. 4-0 for LAFC. What players are best on LAFC? Denny Bouanga, Carlos Vela, if he plays. Yeah, Denny Bouanga and Carlos Vela. Full time. 4-0. LAFC to the quarterfinals against Monterrey. No stoppage time. Nope, because it was 4-0. What was the point? Well, that being said, if you like the stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification. Once subscribe. Send super chats on live streams. Comment on this video. Put us in playlist. Share us friends and family. All that great stuff. I'll see you within the hour for the review of this match. 4-0 LAFC. Congratulations to LAFC on making the quarters. Commiserations to Real Salt Lake. Monterrey, LAFC in the quarterfinals. 2 Mexican teams left. 6 MLS teams left. Very likely we have a 4-0. A 4 MLS team, no Mexican team semifinal. Very possible. With that being said, I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you later.